with a choice. The choice is to succumb to adversity or to harness its potential for personal growth and transformation. Now, this is what we meant by this concept of making a lemonade out of life's challenges. Now, this is kind of like adopting a proactive mindset and using adversity as a catalyst for positive change. I mean, it's not easy to do it, but at least if we have this certain mindset, it encourages us to view setbacks as opportunities in disguise and allowing us to develop ourselves, right? As we do all this, we actually take all the problems and you know what? Change it into a lemonade, right? Okay. So if anyone has any questions during the show, you're welcome to pop it in and we can discuss about it. So I do want to talk a little bit more about some things, about some challenges that we can face. For example, going, trying to change, or let's say, for example, there are some things that we want in our life, and we know what we are supposed to do to to get them or to obtain them, and the challenges are there. It's just that we sometimes see them as too difficult, or we are afraid to take the first step to achieving it. And because of that, then we don't get what we want in the end. Well, recently, I'll explain. Recently, there's a certain change in the my idea of my mindset, and recently I think that. Oh, hi, Ethan. Recently, I've been thinking that I really want to improve my health wise and improve my body, right? And so I decided that I need to go to the gym and to have a workout. So I actually plan my own workout system. But when I first started it, I actually went during after work, and it was kind of tiring because I'm already busy at work, and going to the gym after that actually tires me even more. But I wanted to do it because I have this goal in mind that I think that I want to achieve, right? And so that was my first step. And of course, eventually I did the second day and the third day. And finally, one day I decided, oh, going there at night actually kind of tiring, and there's a lot of people I need to compete with just to use the machine. So I decided to change a little bit. I decided to, you guessed it, go in the morning, right? Go to the gym right before work. And then, so I calculated my routine. I figured that my routine requires a certain amount of time to achieve it. So that means I need to wake up super early and, go there early morning. So I decided to do that. So my wake up time will be 3:45 a.m. in the morning. I get up, get myself ready, and go to the gym. By the time I get to the gym, it'll be around 4 o'clock in the morning. I can do my workout, my sets, right? And as I do that, I finish up around 6 o'clock and I get ready to go to work. But here's the thing, it's pretty tiring. And there are some days when I wake up and I feel like, oh, I just need to sleep in. I don't need to go for exercise. I just need to just sleep in. And some days just feel like it's much comfortable on my bed. I should just sleep in more. I'll get more energy later. But this kind of idea of thinking will definitely come to you, and we just have to decide to make a change, right? So there's this one day that it happened to me. It was actually when was it? Yes, yesterday morning. It was yesterday morning when it happened to me, and I thought about it, lie in bed a few more hours, right, before I go to school, instead of getting up and go to work, go to exercise. It was running my mind. It was running my mind. It said, "Ah, I need it. I need to do it. I have a goal. I've set a goal. If I don't do this today, if this happened to me right now, that means the next day is going to be happening the same thing. So I need to make a change. I make that change. So I decided to do just that. So guess what? I went to the gym. And ever since then, I haven't stopped going to the gym since for the past almost 2 weeks now. So this has been a change in what I feel and what I've been doing. Have I been getting healthier? Sure, I think I've been getting a little bit healthier. I've been doing exercise, but that's it. This is it. This is life challenges that happens, and then we want to turn it into lemonade, right? There are lots of things happening. Okay, give another example. I drive to work every day. I'm pretty sure most of you do as well. Some of you maybe walk to school or take the public transportation. As you do all these things, I'm pretty sure there are some opportunities where you are faced with swearing or getting angry when someone cutting your line or honking at you or something, right? So these kind of challenges do happen. And when it happens, we have to think for ourselves, how can we change our mindset in being more positive? Because our instant reaction is getting angry or honking at them or chase them down. Oh, could be worse, right? But how can we change that? Any ideas? That's it. Stay calm. When things like this happen, stay calm, right? Not only that, you have to think the future outcome of what will happen, right? If you stay calm, you are more relaxed and your day will be much better. But if you do not stay calm, you're going to be explosive and the rest of your day will be full of energy and might be very negative. So we need to figure out what we want in our day, in our future, right? That's what it is. Okay, so here's a question that I have. Um, the question is here. What is the question? Okay, what are some of the most significant challenges you have faced in your life, and how did you respond to them? Okay, good question out here. There's a lot of important things that has happened. For example, one of the challenges that I think that has happened very significantly in my life was when my dad passed away. I mean, I understand this. Everyone, every parents will go one day, because we are humans. We all reach the age. Once we reach the age, then we will leave this world. But it's how we accept the fact that it has happened that makes it very interesting. Now, when it happened to me, it took me quite a while to, I can't say get over it, more like how to accept it, accept that it has happened and move on with my life and improve on it. And there's some but it's kind of like a big regret for me, right? So this is a challenge that I had to overcome. And it took me not 1 year, it took me a couple of years. Eventually, I figured I need to focus more, or my dad will want me to focus more on what is going on in my life right now. And so that will help me even more. Okay. Now here's another similar thing, similar example to this. Most of us, we probably one day in our life, probably we have to face with finding a new job or searching for a new job. Now this has happened to me a couple of times as well. And there's this one time where I left my job and I had to look for a new job. And while doing that, I was swarmed with this lots of different things, like I have to pay for the house. How do I get money to afford for this? My children needs to eat. I need to figure out how to do that. But at the same time, I need to make myself mentally able, mentally positive, that I know what's going to do. So I didn't give up on looking for a job. I keep on working on finding the job, improving myself. Eventually, it all happens and it becomes easier and easier, easier. So it's pretty much the mindset, right? If things happen to us negatively, we have to try to think positive. I'm gonna say this: it's not easy. It's super difficult, and when it happens, we always go first to our first instinct, right? So when it happens, our first instinct is to get angry and do all this bad stuff, right? And eventually it hurts us. It doesn't hurt anyone else. It hurts us more. So I have a few ideas to help us to learn from this, right? So first of all, I mentioned already, maintain a positive mindset. We have to accept the challenges that it has happened, and this will help us to grow. Okay, second one, embrace it. It's easier said than done. It happened. We have to understand it happens already. We just have to embrace it, accept it, that is part of our life, and it's going to happen. Right. Recently, I lost my pet, hedgehog, and it was it's a big setback for me. Um, my whole family was crying. I was crying. It was pretty difficult, but um, to keep that positive mindset, to accept that it's happened. It's pretty difficult, but it's part of life. We have to understand life goes, life comes. We have to accept it and we have to move on But the thing is, we have to accept, well, sorry, accept, we have to understand that it happened. We have to understand my pet actually played a part in my life for about 5 years, and that 5 years is very valuable. I need to take that into an account, into my experience, and by learning from that. Okay, so the third one I want to share with you is learn from setbacks. This is pretty much what I just said, right? Learn from all the experiences we have. Bad things happen. Like, I've started a couple of businesses and they didn't work out as best as I can. Does it mean that I'm going to give up now or to give up in the future? No, I'm still thinking of ways to improve myself and figure out ways of how can I can get back into the game, how I can reach a certain status, right? Okay. Next one is the fourth one is set realistic goals. Now, this is difficult, right? You have to set a goal. What's your goal in the long run? Okay. For example, for my exercise workout, I set a goal for myself to get to 75 kg. That is actually a pretty tough goal. It's a pretty high goal, but I set it there, and I believe that I can reach it. And so, with the effort that I'm trying to work on now, as much as I can every day, one day I'll definitely get there. It could be next week, it could be next month, but doesn't really matter. It matters is I check on my improvement every day and see if there's a tiny bit of improvement, tiny bit of anything, right? Okay, the fifth one, seek support. Okay, seeking support. We need help from anyone around us. Sometimes we feel like we want to do things by ourselves. Okay, it's fine. I mean, if you're an independent person, you can get things done by yourself. Great. You're just like me. I like to get things done by myself. I rarely require people to help me, but sometimes there is some cases where you need. And sometimes, building a support group actually helps. Now, there are some challenges that we need to overcome that is much more difficult. Maybe some of you are smoking and you want to get rid of smoking. It's actually not very easy. It's just very difficult. You really need a good support group, and also you need a good mindset. I've quit smoking a long time ago, and believe me, it all started from one catalyst that sparked me stop being to smoke. Right? It happens, right? Next one, adaptability. That means things are going to change. The plans that we have made are going to change. We just have to adapt to it and improve on it, right? Very important. And the last one I really want to say is stay persistent. This is difficult. This is difficult for everybody, including me. I need to stay persistent in improving myself when I'm going to the gym or if I'm working on this, I'm working on my work. I need to stay persistent, make sure that I get things done. We have to understand that if you don't get certain things done, you are going to regret certain things, or some things are not going to be good for you. So we need to understand that. And most of and yeah, that's it, right? So I'm going to say it again one more time, right? So first one is maintain positive mindset. Second, embrace, which is accepting what happens. Third, learn from setbacks. Four, seek realistic goals. Five, seek support from everyone around you. Adapt. And next one, six, adaptability, right? Accept the plan's going to happen and we adapt to it. And last one, which is stay persistent. Stay persistent, and then we will improve ourselves. Okay, so that is pretty much the insights that we can get into life difficulties, right? There's a lot of things that happen in our lives. We have to understand it happens and just embrace it. Now, there are some occasions or some instances where, for students like yourself, you're attending school and there are some things that you don't like that has happened to you. Maybe an angry teacher, or maybe a failed assignment or bad grades. And this makes you think that it is bad for you, and therefore you hate the subject, or you hate the course, or you don't want to go to school. So here's my advice for all of you who are experiencing this right now. At times like this, we need to think longer term. Right now, you guys are all thinking very short term. You're only thinking about what's going on in school right now, what's happening with you, with your classmates. That's all. We need to understand, you need to understand that the life is way longer than this. Your end goal, what is it? Do you want? If you want to be a singer one day, then you need to get into your music class. Even though your music teacher is terrible, you don't like her, You got to learn from her. Take all her experience that she had, put it into yourself, improve yourself, and then you'll get there. If you don't like math class because the teacher is terrible, well, I think a lot of people agree on that. I didn't like my math teacher before as well, but that's not the point, right? The whole point is if you don't like your math teacher and that makes you hate your math class, it's not going to hurt the math teacher anything at all. It will hurt you. It will hurt me, hurt you yourself. So why let other people decide your happiness? Or why let other people decide what you can do with your lemon? Take your lemon, squash it, turn it into lemonade, right? If the lemonade is not still pretty and not so yummy still, what do? Put some sugar in it, right? And then makes it even sweeter. And then you have a great lemonade. So there's a lot of things we can do. It's just the mindset idea happening. I'll share a few more examples that have happened in my life that I think I didn't do so well, or I may have done a little bit better in some things I've done. For example, there was one time my motorcycle broke down on the highway, and instantly I got quite angry that why did it has to happen to me right on the highway? I mean, it's terrible. I have to get the tow truck to come or get someone to come. It's very difficult. It probably gonna cost me a lot of money. But what I didn't see then was my motorcycle broke down right at the exit ramp, near the exit ramp, right? So that means, what if my motorcycle broke down way back in the middle of the highway? That's even worse. I'm so glad it broke down. Now I am so glad that it broke down right near the exit ramp where I can just push it down the ramp, go exit the highway. So there are a lot of good things. We just have to find it, right? Okay. Another thing was my motorcycle broke down. I mentioned it. Eventually, I had to sell away my motorcycle. I mean, that sucks. I mean, there's something that you really like, and you have no choice, have to let it go. But sometimes we just have to let it go, because right now I have another motorcycle. It's probably is exact identical one. It's probably even better. But here's the thing, right? We have to learn to let some things go, accept the things that has happened, adapt to the plans that we have made, but accept it. And then as we keep on changing our mind, we can be better, and we can turn all things into lemonade. Okay? All right. I'm going to stop right here. So I hope everyone had a good listening to my chats, and hopefully if you guys have any ideas for future, you can get to me, or if you want to be a guest on the show, email me, get onto me on Facebook, wherever you can find me, and then we can work things out. Okay? Well, that's it for tonight. To Just Chat with Uncle Dominic. I hope you guys all have a good night and have a great day tomorrow. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, stay positive. Okay? Goodbye, everyone. Bye.